You resist the temptation to ask ChatGPT to write a response to your boss's email, but you give in. Now imagine if your colleagues also use ChatGPT, your boss, and even the CEO of the company themselves. That's a lot of work for ChatGPT, isn't it? AI is everywhere and in everything, and many people use it. But it's important to understand the risks of the growing use of AI and what happens in its development. AI itself is beneficial, but improper development and use and the massive use of generative AI will bring a lot of harm to individuals due to its easy accessibility and excessive use. Today, I will talk about the harms of generative AI, the causes of the issues generative AI brings, and what needs to happen in order to limit these problems. First, let's talk about what generative AI does and the problems it brings because of its popularity. The problem with AI is its unethical and excessive use. The excessive use of AI hurts all people in different ways. A few issues it brings is creating dependency, it uses up water, and can be used for malicious purposes to harm. According to MIT News and Explain Generative AI can be used to can be used to create hate speech. It can inherit biases and can make false statements. This can harm a specific group of people and can spread misinformation to anyone. What exactly generative AI does is do favors for people. It can generate images, give you answers, and writings for anyone. Although this is useful for many, there are still many bad things that come with it. According to Virginia Tech Engineer magazine titled AI, the Good, the Bad, and the Scary, some of the negative things AI does is create bias, as previously mentioned, decrease critical thinking skills, create job displacement, but create new jobs, and can be used to create propaganda and can leave a big carbon footprint. This use of generative AI is typically in schools, offices, and in social media. The countries that use it the most are the US and Canada, and some places or countries in Europe. Now that we know what generative AI does, let's talk about what caused it to have so many problems. The cause of AI's issues is its irresponsibility with handling and using it overall. The overuse of generative AI and the problems it created came to be because of the use it brings to humans. Its easy accessibility, high productivity, and easy use are all reasons why it's so used. Biases and misinformation come up due to error by developers. Safe to say, it isn't just one person who's responsible for the issues that AI brings. There are many individuals who contributed to AI chatbox's development, and the users are responsible for gaining its popularity. According to Dataversity, a brief history of generative AI, the concept of generative adversarial network was introduced in 2014. It was in November 2022 when ChatGPT was announced or released by OpenAI, a different level of AI, different from Siri or Alexa or face recognition that we were already familiar with. Although generative AI has a ton of disadvantages it puts into our society, it's useful for many people at the same time, which is why it persists. According to U.S. Government Accountability Office, generative AI systems create many forms of content which can create opportunities for people. The use of generative AI exposed to 100 million and continues because of this capability. Some reasons why there aren't regulations on generative AI, according to should AI be regulated, the arguments for and against by weird developers. If AI gets regulated or policed, it may slow down its advancement, and it's also pretty challenging in order to impose it since it's so broad and the technology is fast-paced. You're probably familiar with the issues that AI brings, but what can we do about it? In order to fix these issues, responsibility should be enforced or encouraged when creating or using generative AI. So what's being done? According to Artificial Intelligence in Government, the Federal State Landscape by NCSL, it mentions how the OMB believes that it's important to understand the risks of generative AI and believes that their agencies should use generative AI ethically. It also mentions how the this is a tongue twister, artificial intelligence risk management framework, generative AI intelligence profile, was published by an executive order by Biden. So it's safe to say that the government wants AI to be used in a good and beneficial way. According to Dataversity by Transparent, how to prevent the use of generative AI for malicious purposes, developers and research should create guidelines for generative AI. Individuals should also be encouraged with responsibility and aware of the negative impacts of AI, and collaboration should also be encouraged. And implementations regulated by the government are also very much needed, but encouragement is definitely a step forward. These steps can be feasible if the government does do something about it, but as mentioned in the previous point, it has a lot of use to the point that people might not want to follow these regulations. So what can we do as one person? Speak up. Spread awareness of the negative impacts that it brings, whether it be for friends, family, social media, or in a speech. It's good to spread awareness to it. Limiting your use of AI is also a good step, and making sure that the information generated by AI is also accurate is also a good way to keep yourself safe. That's a lot of information for one speech. Instead of asking ChatGPT to summarize it for you, I'll give you one. Today I talked about what generative AI does and harms, the causes of the issues that this kind of AI brings, and why it continues, and what needs to be done in order for these issues to stop persisting in government ways, and what you could do in one person. As one person, AI is useful tool for all, but the mass use and dependency of generative AI will bring a lot of harm to its users when responsibility in use and development lacks. Now, before you ask ChatGPT to write that email for you, think about what you're contributing. Who knows? It may only take 5 minutes and it won't become a habit.